Okay, so let me tell you something real. I used to be that guy who was always building something, building businesses, growing Instagram pages, making videos, responding to DMs, getting little views and not giving up, and just basically the lot of fun things. Then all of a sudden, I gave up. Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't want to do it, but because I had to. 10th board exam, that's what hit pause on everything. I made a video talking about how I am going to take break from everything that I am doing, and I really meant it at that time. And this was also the time when it all changed. During that time, I wasn't scrolling. I wasn't consuming a lot of short form content. I was watching a lot of long form content and maybe some comedy videos here and there just to breathe. But then I noticed something strange. I wasn't tired. I wasn't constantly distracted. I was focused. And it was for the first time in months. I felt like I was living in the present. And then the 10th was over. I got great marks and I felt again like as if I was on top of the world. And this time I went back online. I started posting on different pages, and one of them, which was my personal brand, took off. It felt again as if I have made it in life. But here's the thing about fast success that no one talks about nowadays. It gives you dopamine, but also at the same time destroys your discipline. Every single morning, first thing I would do when I wake up is open my Instagram. It was not to create or post something, but to check how many views I have got, how many DMs have been sent to me, and to feel so called productive. But the truth is, it was all fake. I wasn't building anything anymore. I was just chasing that cheap hit of I am doing something. And day by day, I stopped doing the work that actually mattered the most. So let me explain it properly. Every day your brain resets dopamine. Think of it like a limited can of fuel. You wake up and the first thing you do was open social media, and half of your tank is gone by just 20 minutes of scrolling through social media. Now you have got nothing left to work with, and your work really feels unenjoyable, and that drive to do something, that's that you keep delaying tasks as your brain has already gotten its reward. And when there is no dopamine left, even simple tasks feel very heavy. You say I will do it later, but later never comes. And here's the worst part: when you don't do the thing which you were supposed to do, the guilt creeps in. And how do you escape that guilt? Well, you scroll again on social media, and this is a cycle most people are stuck in. People think procrastination is laziness, but it's not. Procrastination for me is the management of pain. It is you trying to avoid the guilt of failure, not being able to start, and the fear of losing behind. And I have seen this around me. My friends, my classmates, the people who I talk to on everyday basis, they burn all the energy in the morning on nonsense. They scroll and scroll and scroll, and when there is the task of doing something that is actually worth it, they don't have the energy left for it. They can't focus and they can't start. And when you can't start, you can't finish. So, what do they do now? They scroll a lot more on social media and would wait for the next day to do the work that is important. But guess what? The next day will also be the same. For me, it got to a point where I would go to the school, come home, go to gym, scroll on social media and sleep. That was my entire routine. I wasn't doing any work and it was not growing. Every day was the same cycle. Even though I had a lot of followers, even though I had traction, even though I had a lot of potential, I wasn't doing anything that actually mattered. I thought success was views. I thought productivity was any kind of activity. The truth is, productivity is not your enemy, but how you make or break your life. One day, which was 2 weeks ago, I was sitting on my bench And I started asking myself what really happened to me. I realized I had stopped controlling my habits and my habits started controlling me. So I decided to reset once and for all. I decided to go back to my old habits of reading books, which I had, even though I have read it before. And the two books that saved me were Eat That Frog and The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. These two books combined gave me something bigger than motivation. It gave me control. I learned that productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing what actually matters, even if it's hard, even if it's boring and ugly. Let me be honest. If you want to fix your life, fix your mornings. First, don't touch your phone for the first hour. Don't give your brain fake wins and use that fresh dopamine to do the real work. Second, create before you consume. Write something, record something, or just think. And after which, if you really want to scroll, you can scroll. But the point is, create something before you consume. Third, schedule your dopamine. If you love consuming short form content, give yourself 20 minutes in the evening and make it a reward, not a reflex. And lastly, track your progress. Not how many views, likes, or followers you have gotten, but the amount of work you have done well. No one was watching. If you have made it this far, you are not here for entertainment. You are here because you want something real. You want to be that guy, the one who is always following their passion and not wasting their time sending reels or just casually scrolling on social media after your work or school. And I'm telling you right now, you can be that person. You just need to unplug the noises and plug into your mission. So I will end today with this. This is not the end of a video. This is the beginning of something way incredible. If you are serious about changing your life and grow with me, then subscribe to this. And remember, you don't need motivation. You just need to respect your future enough to not waste your now.